Asaduddin Owaisi, the sitting MP in Hyderabad, on his quintessential door-to-door campaign that he is very famous for. Are these elections a little bit different because the BJP is giving you a very spirited fight?
See, we have defeated BJP from 84,
Yes.
89, 91, 96, 99, 2004, 2009, 2014, 2019, and again
40 years.
in 2024 years. So it's BJP has been there, will be there, and they'll always lose also, inshallah.
No, but this was considered to be a seat where nobody really challenged you in the manner that the BJP putting up a candidate like Madhvi Lata is doing this time. Is it a little bit different?
No, not at all, not at all. You see, the problem is that the earlier candidate didn't happen to be from an upper caste. So the media was not very hoo-ha about it. But now everyone talks about it. Anyway, it's BJP is there. We have been defeating BJP.
But do you think it's because of her upper caste credentials or because this is a woman who's very articulate, very ferocious? She's leading the campaign from the front.
Are you saying that Venkaiah Naidu was not articulate when he contested against our then party leader in 1996 and lost? Are you saying that Mr. Bhagwant was not an articulate candidate from BJP who contested in 2014 and in 19 or the then deputy mayor of BJP? So party is there. You see, the issue is BJP is a party which we'll have to fight against, which we have been doing.
So what is that fight against the BJP? Are these elections particularly more polarized as you've been contending that they're trying to do that? If so, in what way?
BJP's DNA is to polarize everything. So they have not changed their colors. But the Prime Minister has been exposed very badly in these elections. There were many people who were not BJP members who were still supporting the BJP in 14 and 19. Let me use that American term, floater voters or whatever it is. They are now shocked with the language Prime Minister has used. And many of them have spoken to me and told me in person that this time around they will not vote for Modi. These are their words, not one or two, but in huge numbers. And they said that we never expected that the Prime Minister would call 14 crore Muslims as Ghuspeti, as jihadi. And then this candidate of BJP does that
Arrow gesture.
horrible thing, because the whole world knows that Telangana's peace and prosperity is very important for a landlocked area, and Hyderabad has to grow. If bigger MNCs are coming and investing in Hyderabad, is because of many things. The most important thing is peace, and then that is done. So that clearly has exposed the BJP, exposed their mindset, and the people of Hyderabad and Telangana will reply on May 13th.
Sir, I will talk to you about what you feel you have done for the constituency, because the charge against you is that you also rely on the heavy Muslim vote here, but you haven't really done much development. But before I come to that, on the Prime Minister, you recently compared the situation of Muslims in India to Jews in Hitler's Germany. Is that not an exaggeration, given that we've got the highest Muslim population in the subcontinent or around the world, and they're prospering?
I said this in the last parliament session when I was given opportunity to speak on the president debate. So I had said this, and I can corroborate why I said that. Hate speeches, yes, it did happen before 2014, but the amount of hate speeches against Muslims have increased not 100 times more. It was the Supreme Court who had to intervene and get cases booked when the Dharam Sansas were held. Mob lynching has increased. Hijab has been made a national security issue. Azan has been made a national security issue. What I eat is being made a very controversial thing. Laws have been passed on religious conversion. Laws have been passed against interreligious marriages. And then these are the things which started in 1930s of the then Germany. Then the Kristallnacht movement happened. Movies are being made. The same thing happened during in 30s in Germany. What kind of movies are being made? All with all nonsense and all complete lies. Okay, you say this is it's not a fact. So we are leading towards it. And when the Prime Minister stands up, he does not speak for the 133 crore people, he speaks about his ideology. How can the Prime Minister call us this Guspeti? How can the Prime Minister demean the Muslim women saying they give birth to more children? Huh? Then what about, why are you opening all these centers of fertility treatment? Close them down. Can the Prime Minister understand what a woman, there are so many fertility centers throughout India, in Hyderabad also. You close them down. Why are you demeaning? You criticize any other political party you want. It's part of your electioning. But to demean 14% population, what is the message it's sending?
Sir, can I ask you a counter question? When we talk about polarization, it's never one-sided. You also go to a beef shop and say, "Kaatte raho." In a
Yes,
country like
yeah.
India, when you do that, isn't that seen as polarization?
No. Am I breaking a law? No, I'm not breaking a law. I wanted to expose BJP, which have been successful. You have taken 10 crores electoral bond from a company called Alayana, which happens to have a factory in Telangana. You have no objection in taking 10 crores, but your objection to a Muslim Qureshi, whose profession has been that, who sits for 17 hours in a day and makes 500 rupees, a Kathik who opens a shop, you are against them. You want to close those shops. Day in, day out, you speak about them. So you are more interested in electoral bonds from a company, but you're not interested in the economic little bit progress, prosperity of a poor man who runs a shop with 2 or 3 people.
But what about the fact that your critics say that you also do identity politics
What?
primarily,
What?
and
Give
your
me.
politics is
No,
only Muslim-centric?
No, how? Is it wrong to talk about a community which is lacking behind on all the parameters of human development indicators? It is. Please tell these people to read the Kundu Committee report, which was given to this government in 2014 October. Please read the NSSO data. What does that say? Please read the National Family Health Survey.
So, are you saying that the Muslim reservation issue that has been kicked off by the BJP this time around, are you saying that Muslim reservations are fair and needed? Because the BJP has made it a poll plank to say that that reservation shouldn't come for all Muslims, only for backward Muslims, and it shouldn't come out of others' quota.
Well, you see, number one point is that it is completely lie that someone else's share has been taken and given to the caste among the Muslims. In Telangana and in Andhra Pradesh, this reservation started in the erstwhile Andhra Pradesh. Mr. P.S. Krishnan, a renowned anthropologist who's nowhere in this world, who was very much instrumental in the Mandal Commission report, he had created a list of caste of Muslims which will get reservation and a list of castes which will not get reservation. Now, where is this case of getting a base of religion? In Maharashtra, the reservation was given. People challenged it. It went to Bombay High Court. The Bombay High Court upheld it. They said, yes, reservation can be given to Muslims. They are socially, educationally backward in education.
In some states, it's being given to all Muslims
Where?
with no
Where?
concept of creamy layer.
Where?
Like, for the example, the Prime Minister has raised the issue
Where?
of Karnataka,
Where?
and he has also raised the issue of Andhra and Telangana.
See, the interesting part about Karnataka is when Yedurappa was a CM twice, he allowed it. He continued with it. Just before assembly elections, you do that. You see, when you are in power, you allowed it. And before assembly elections, you remove it. So I hope the Congress government should have rectified it and taken steps, because the academic year is going to start now in next 2 months.
Well, in Karnataka, it's status quo. Nothing has changed. But just
No, but the BJP
fundamentally, as per the
no,
constitution, BJP says that reservations purely on the basis of religion should not be the
Let the
criteria.
Prime Minister read the 1950 presidential order. Let him read that and tell us what is that. Give us gyan on that. What is he talking about? See, doesn't the Prime Minister wants the Muslims to progress, prosper, have dignity, so that India becomes a more stronger country? How can you marginalize a community and you don't allow any avenues of progress for them? Why is the Prime Minister so unhappy if a Muslim girl from Telangana or Andhra Pradesh becomes a DYSP or a doctor or a nurse or a teacher, what is his innate hatred? Why? I mean, we are not stealing someone else's share. It has been given to us. You go around people who have been got admissions in government medical colleges, engineering colleges, MBA, MCA. Look at the prosperity they bring in. And majority, 90% are from those households where no one has studied. Now, one girl, one boy who joins this college, he brightens the whole household, the whole neighborhood.
But PM Modi says that he's the one who's done most for
What?
minorities
What?
in India.
Like
no discrimination
what?
in any scheme,
What?
houses,
I
jal,
see.
gas, and
See,
scholarship.
these are not examples to be given. The examples are: you don't have a Muslim MP, you don't have a Muslim minister, you have cut down on the minorities budget, you have deliberately made a policy that the pre-matric scholarship will start from class 9, when the whole world knows that the dropout rate of Muslims starts from class 3, 4, 5, 6 onwards. You'd have deliberately done it so that more Muslims out of school. You have closed down Maulana Azad Foundation. There is a program within the minority ministry. It's called MSDP program. In 2020 or 22, 40% budget was released. In that particular program, there's a provision of building hostels, building schools for minorities, not Muslims. You have never done it. There's a program called Prime Minister's 15-point program. In last 10 years, has Mr. Modi chaired one Prime Minister's 15-point program meeting? No. Nothing.
So you don't believe that the BJP has been even-handed when it comes to its welfare?
What even-handed? They have created a very conducive ecosystem of hatred for Muslims. It is there. It is there to see. Facts are being there in front of all of us. If no one wants to see it, what can I do?
So we will follow Asaduddin Owaisi a little bit more as he meets his constituents, and of course talk about some of the other issues as well, particularly pertaining to Telangana, his seat in Hyderabad as well. He's on his door-to-door campaign where Asaduddin Owaisi meets a lot of his constituents. You see a lot of these young people, women, men who are just seeking a peek of Asaduddin Owaisi coming to them and meeting to them. And we'll continue to follow him on the campaign trail as we try to figure out the pulse of what the election battle in Hyderabad is all about. Plus, what are the chances, if any, of any shocking result coming in from this Hyderabad constituency, which has of course been with the Owaisis for last 40 years.